a little different. Okay, there is something called uh, lookup related value, guys. Okay, now what is the lookup related value? Okay, so basically, whenever there is a field, okay, which is not directly there in the tenant, okay, or maybe workday field, okay, then in that case we ideally go for the lookup related field. Now what does that mean? Okay, suppose for example, uh, let me just take a notepad and help you understand. Okay, now suppose for example I am trying to create a date difference. You know what is date difference? We have just done this function here. Okay, now I want to create a date difference between the manager's hire date and the worker's hire date. Everyone knows that worker's hire date field is already there in workday, but is the manager's hire date there, guys? Manager's hire date is not there in workday. Okay, now in that case what we will do? Okay, so that means, like, it basically means that we want to pull out the worker's manager's hire date from the workday field, okay, by using a field called the lookup related field. So in that case workday will perform a task called the lookup related value. Okay, so again the task is quite simple. So basically, whatever we look up task that you guys are probably doing it in your day to day activities in excel. Okay, so this workday will be doing it, okay, in terms of its own functionality. Okay, so that will again choose the workers plus one manager's hire date, and it will we have to create a separate calculated field for that. Okay, now how to do that we will see. Okay, now what is the value that I will be what is the task that I will be choosing it for this? Okay, so the task is nothing but you basically need to type the same task, that is the create calc field, and the name that I want to give maybe cf calculated field, date difference, managers, yeah, managers hire date, and it's just that I will mention it as hd instead of too long, and worker hire date. Okay, now what is the business object that I will be choosing over here? The business object that I'll choose is the work. Okay, what is the function that I'll be choosing over here? Can anybody tell me?
Lookup related value.
Oh, no, no. Understand the point, okay? So this is not
Oh,
a
date
lookup
difference.
relation.
Date difference.
Yeah,
Date
yeah.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are creating a date difference field. I'll just make a note of this in my notepad that I have. Okay. Now, what is the start field, guys? What will be the start field? I have already mentioned it over in the heading itself. That is the manager's hire date. But do we have the option of manager's hire date in case if I just type it manager's hire date? Do we have an option? Do you think we will get it? These are all calculated fields. Somebody would have created it, but we don't have it actually. Okay. So in this case, what we will do is we will type the task called the create calculated field. Okay. Now, what will be the function in this case? What will be the function in this case, guys?
Lookup. Lookup value.
Yes. Okay. Managers hire date. Now there can be several managers hire date. I'll just put our supervisory organization's name as the field name so that it becomes little unique. Okay, What will be the business object that we are trying to find out? Business object will be the same. Okay, so that means the worker. Now the function is lookup related value. This one. Okay, we'll just click on to OK. What will be the field over here? Lookup field, guys.
Hire date.
Who's hired it?
Mainly
What is
just
what is whose field? Which field that we are looking for? We're looking for manager only, right? So we will just try to create it as choose the manager. Okay. Now probably we would just like the +1 manager. Okay, so that means whoever worker is there, whichever, suppose Shrini is the worker. Okay, so we just want to know the manager above Shrini. Okay, and his hire date. So that means at on which date has he hired? Okay, so that means it will be +1 level higher manager. Okay, so in that case we will just go to this is something which looks interesting, I mean quite related to the requirement that we have. Read about it. Okay, the immediate manager for the worker's primary position, this is the manager for the worker supervisory organization. Example, worker A is in organization 1 which is managed by worker B. This will return worker B. So does it similar to the requirement that we have? Yes or no, guys? This is
yes.
the +1 level manager that we have, right? So we will choose this. Okay, now what is the return value? What value do we want to reflect it or want to create it maybe?
Hire date.
Yes. Okay, the hide it is there, we all know that. Okay, so we just go ahead and create the lookup related value for this. Now see, it has come by default. Okay, now we have created a field which was not there in the, sorry, which was not there at the tenant level. We have created a separate calculated field for that. Okay, now what will be the end date for this end date field? Whose hide we want to actually abstract it? It's mentioned in the heading. Okay, there is the date difference that we are creating between the manager's hire date and the worker date. Okay, so I will just simply click on to the hire date option. By default it means the worker hire date only. Okay, now ideally we generally chose it in terms of months. Okay, so whatever value that we want to get it returned. Okay, so that in you can select it from here. I'll just choose it in months. Return 0 on air. I'll click on to OK, and we are done. I hope I have made a note for this. Yeah. Okay, so our substring text sorry, our date difference field, okay, has been created with the lookup value, that is the manager's hire date VMS. Probably I'll just make a note of the lookup field also that we have created. So that means managers hire date VMS. Guys, just let me know in case it's getting too much for you. Okay, then probably I will just try to take some easy ones and make you understand. Okay, not this one. Now we want to test it for the field that we have created. Okay, now where should I would just like to go to the report that we have. We already have a hire date, we know that. Okay, now we want to, if we want to put a manager's hire date and compare it, you can do that as well. Okay, whatever lookup related field, lookup related value that we have created it, You can just simply put it over here. Okay, but we have created additional calculated also. So that means that is the calculated field date difference. Okay, that is this one, managers HD and the worker. So the whole thing I will just type it over here. So I'm inserting two fields because I want to find out the difference between the manager's hire date and the hire date of the worker. So that means the hire date, we it was already there from before, right? We have already selected it in the report. So we don't have to go ahead and select once again. I'll just click on to OK. Okay. So we have found out this. Okay. So it is showing as 0. Why it is showing as 0? Because there is no man over here. Okay. Now probably I would just like to sort it in the descending way. See, the managers so managers hire date and the hire date is same, similar. Okay. So that is the reason that, because ideally guys, this is again a tenant scenario. You need perfect data over here. You need to create it. Okay, you need to probably go to the supervisory level, assign a manager. Okay, select the hire date, and you will be able to have to create it. This has just pulled something, okay, based on the calculations that we have given it. Okay, so there is no perfect manager's hire date that we have that is there in this text. So that is the reason that we are not able to get a perfect difference also, the date difference also. Okay, but ideally this is how we should actually create it. In even though if you just forget the date difference, if you just want to create a manager's hire date. Okay, so this is the function. Okay, so this is the lookup. Basically you have to type the function called the create calculated field. You will have to select uh the lookup related value, and then you need to select the managerial level. Okay, so manager, the way I have showed you, right? Manager, that is manager 01, or maybe if you want to find out manager 02 level, then you have to find out from the tenant. Okay, and then you will be able to select the manager's hire date, or maybe you will be able to create a manager's hire date. Okay, did you understand till now? Any confusion you have, guys, till now, whatever I am explaining it to you? Yes or no, guys?
Clearly, then we need to experiment.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something which you have to experiment with. Okay, I will probably use a simple one now, so that, like, it doesn't go too much. See, again, I will be using something called the format date. Okay, format date is a calculated field that is basically used to change how a date is displayed without changing the actual date value. Now we have a higher date value in the report that we have. Probably we would just like to change the format. Okay, what I'll do is I will probably try to type a create calculated field. Function is again formattation. Okay, the field name, uh, CF format date, and the business object is again worker. What is the date field that I want to format? I want to probably format the high. What is the format that we want to type it? So suppose, okay, this is the format that we have, like month. I have already told you how the format works. Okay, so ideally in Workday we have MMDD YYYY. That means the month before, then comes the date, and then comes the year. Okay, now we want to probably change it to like year quarter. Oh, okay, so that means we want to find out in one quarter what or maybe we want to change the hire date in terms of YY quarter. Okay, so maybe Q1 and which year. Okay, am I clear, guys? Did you understand? So basically, year quarter means, maybe if you just look into the report, you will be able to understand. So that means we are trying to extract you in terms of quarter. You can do that in terms of whatever other field also. Okay, quarter, year, you can choose that instead of maybe year quarter. I will probably do the other, I mean the reverse one, maybe the quarter year. Okay, so that means in which quarter of the year the hire was actually done. That will be, I think, little better in terms of pulling out or filtering the data. Okay, now I'll just quickly mention the name of the field. What is the name of the field that we have? That is the CF format date. I'll just remove this. This is quite a simple one, guys. Okay, that means you're just trying to formulate that we have. Okay, so our calculated field has been created, and we will just try to see it of higher date that we have. Okay, now I'll go to the edit option. I can remove few of the fields that we have created. Okay, in case if there is too much of clutter, then probably we can remove few of the fields. Okay, what is the field that we have created? That is the format date. CF format date. Why we are not getting? Okay, there were too many things that we have. Too many people have created the same one. Mm, but I think I mean, the function is more or less the same as this first one. Okay, because this is something that we want. We should have probably used something like VMS or something in order to make it distinct. Just be careful, guys. Whenever you're trying to create a field, try to make it little unique. Okay, so that get mixed up with the other fields, because people have created it as per their own convenience. Okay, it's not showing any value. Why it is not showing any value again? Maybe this is not the one that we have created. So what I'll do is I'll just try to quickly find the value that we have created. Okay, maybe I will just try to see the view calc. See, there are a lot of things. Okay, it's little difficult for me. CF uh, colon. This is something which ideally should work. Okay, even though if we have not created, what I'll do is I'll just try to create one another one. Okay, because it has got mixed up. Okay, so this is my bad luck that I have not named it unique. So in that case, if you just try to able to find out, or whatever field that you have created, you can easily modify. Okay, but the name is very generic. I am not able to find. But I'll just put this, and I will try to insert the supervisory organization that we have created. Okay, function is format date. Now, which field I want to format? I want to format the workers hire date field. And what is the format that I want to use it? Probably I'll just use this quarter year and we will try to see. CA format hire date VMS is been, just try to save this. I'll go this report and I'll just try to remove the first one and try to insert the one that we have. Okay, so this is the one that is showing. That means in Q1 2026, this is the hire date. So this is done in quarter one. This many hire date. This is done in quarter two. So we are seeing this quarter that we have hired. Okay, so this is one way of formatting your date. So in case whatever date you have mentioned in your report and you probably want to change the format, okay, or maybe you want to format it in terms of a particular quarter wise, okay, so in that case you can use this function, that is the format date option. Okay, am I clear guys till now? Okay, so format date is a calculated field type used to change how a date is displayed without changing the actual value. Now, what format date is used for? It is basically used to display the dates in a specific format for reports or integrations. You can also convert a date to a text. Okay, and it does not change the date, only the presentation. Okay, now these are some other additional fields. Okay, there are a lot of things that is there. Okay, one more important one which is not here again, okay, which I feel that you should know, that is something called the extract single instance. I'll just try to see in case if I can see. There is something called the extract single instance field. Okay, now what does that mean? Okay, why do we need a single instance field? Okay, now suppose, I hope you guys know what is the difference between a single instance and a multi instance. Okay, can anybody tell me any example of a single instance and a multi instance field, guys? Any example?
Like dependence is a
Exactly.
multi-instance.
Very good. Okay, so dependence can be a multi instance. Okay, any example of a single instance?
Uh,
Within this dependent only, we will try to find out if we can
Gender.
create a single instance or not. Can we do that?
Yes, gender. Dependence,
Yes,
gender,
exactly. Gender,
relationship.
can it be gender? Yes, yes, very good. Okay, it can be gender, it can be relationship. Now we will try to figure out with the help of example. Suppose there is an employee called Ram. Okay, he has four dependents. Okay, ideally, a complete a company generally gives you an option of entering your dependents information also in your workday, I mean in your employee joining form. Now, suppose he has four dependents, and the dependents are, one is spouse, one is father, one is mother, and then he has got two girl childs also. Okay. Not child, it will be children. Okay. Now, in that case, the task that we want to do, that means we are trying to extract a single instance field here. Dependent, again, this can be, see, again, try to understand. Okay, this is a multi instance field. So that can be any value. But in this case, we just try to find out, extract, maybe not find out, we want to extract the dependent who has got a spouse relationship. Okay. Now, in that case, we will try to probably pull out, we will try to have to create a condition here. Okay, and we will see what is the condition. But the calculated field that we will be using in this case, that will be the extract single instance field. Why there is a single a single extract single instance field? Because we are trying to extract only one to one relationship from the one to many relationship. That means we are just trying to extract this relationship. I'll just probably put it in yellow. Okay. Now, what is the task that we will do? Okay. We will see. Next field that we will be creating. Okay. Create calc field. Okay. Now, probably I will name it in some unique way, which is there. CF, extract single ESI. Okay. Single instance field, spouse. Okay. Or maybe worker spouse. I hope this is unique. I'll just put our supervisory organization also. I know this is unique, but still not okay. So I'll just put the data. What is the business object that I'll be choosing over here, guys? I'm
Dependent.
trying to find out the dependence of the worker. Okay. So the source of data, okay, I mean the worker will be the primary business object here. Okay. Now, what is the function that we will be choosing over here? Can anybody tell me?
Extract
This is the
multi-instance.
one. Okay. Single
Single.
instance. Okay. We are trying to extract a single instance field. There is an option of choosing the multi instance also. I'll just show you. Maybe in case if there is time, probably I'll show you today or tomorrow. Okay. So the source field here. What will be the source field in this case, guys? What is the on what data we would like to probably try to extract the information from?
Worker.
Dependents. Okay. We are trying to extract a single instance field on the worker's dependents. Okay. Now, the condition that we want to put. Okay. We want to create a condition. Okay. So, whenever we are trying to create a condition, we will have to probably use this create calculated field, guys. Okay. Now, what is the condition that we will be trying to we will be creating over here? Or what is the function maybe we will be creating over here? So this calculated field is nothing but it's a function that we are using it, right? Can
Boolean
anybody?
maybe. Boolean.
Boolean
True
is
or
correct, boolean is correct, but what is the, yeah, boolean is again, but what
true
is
or
the main
false.
function? True or false?
True.
Okay. Yes, that is right. So that means, guys, we are trying to create a condition on the dependence, that is the worker. Ram is the worker. Where is that? Workers dependents. Okay. And we are trying to create a condition for this. Okay. We are trying to create a condition so that we can extract the single instance field. Okay. Now we will try to put a field name over here. Okay. The field name is maybe worker. spouse relationship. See again, guys, you can put the you should follow a naming convention. I'm just trying to make you understand so that everything, I mean, it becomes little easy to understand for us. Okay, now what is the business object that we will be choosing, guys? Can anybody tell me?
Dependence.
Yes. Okay, so whenever we are creating a condition on the the business object, or maybe yeah, so whenever we are trying to create a condition on the field that we have chosen, we will always try to choose the business object related to the field. So in this case we have already chosen the dependence as the business object. Okay, so in this case we will be trying to choose the business object as the dependent. Okay, now the function will be nothing but true or false, so that means it will give us the condition whether if there is the worker spouse relationship is true or not. Okay, now see, there is a condition that we have to put. What is the condition that we have to put over here? So that means we are trying to we are trying to put a relationship between the worker and the dependent. Okay, so the field is nothing but we to put as relationship. Let us see in case if the field is there or not. It is there. Okay, I has to be, if it is Workday delivered field, it's better. Okay, so we can put a relationship as the field over here. Now what will be the operator that we'll be getting? We'll just try to select in the selection list. Now can anybody tell me what is the comparison value that we will be
Spouse.
spouse? Okay, simple one, because we are trying to extract a single instance field. That means out of all the dependents that Ram is having, out of all the dependents that Ram is having, we are trying to just choose this field. Okay, so we will be trying to pull the worker spouse relationship. Now we will just try to click it as okay. Okay, now what is the sort field? What does it mean? So that means whatever condition that we have put over here. Okay, you want to put some additional fields over here, but I don't want to put it. I just want this condition to be true in this case. Okay, so I'll just click it as is true. That means this condition should be true. Okay, now try to understand this sort direction. Okay, so that means if we are just trying to go ahead from descending to the first occurrence, so that means, okay, so it will mean, like, the direction is from z to a. Okay, and the first occurrence is like, how the occurrence should happen. Okay, so that means whenever the calculation is happening at the back end. Okay, so ideally the workday field will be delivering the option that is put in the condition. So that means we have already put in the condition, and we want to go ahead from the larger value to the smallest value. So we will be choosing the descending direction, and we will be just choosing the first occurrence. In case if there would have been something else, like, something probably would have selected as the age. Okay, suppose instead of this condition we could have selected a age option. Now I'll not remove this again, otherwise again I'll have to create it. Okay, so in that case we would have probably we want Ram has four I mean, sorry, two children, right? Maybe if the relationship had been the worker to child relationship. Okay, in that case we want probably the age of the children to be appearing from descending. So that means uh, the elder child should be appearing before, and the younger child should be coming front. So then in that case the age should be the and the direction should be from descending to and the occurrence should be the first occurrence. Are you guys getting it? Okay, it's very simple. It's just that we are applying some kind of logic. Suppose we want to do the reverse one. Suppose we want to want the younger child to be appearing before. Now, what would have should have been? It should have been the ascending one. Okay. Suppose that in case if the condition had been age. Okay. Now I'll just click on to OK, and we have successfully created our single instance field. Okay. Did you guys understand till now? Any question you have?
Yes, I have one question, Lina. So we
Yes.
created the field, calculate field, and we are checking the spouse. Yes, is a spouse or not, right? But we had never
Yes.
said what we are returning from the dependent, right? We did not
Yes.
say, yeah, that's what is my confusion is like, we did not say anything what we want from the dependents. Yes, we are
Yes.
checking the relationship is spouse, but where are we returning it?
Yeah.
What are we returning from the dependents?
I mean, you have understood it, right?
No, I understood, but what I did not understand is in the calculated field what we created. Hey,
Hmm.
I went to the worker business object. I went to the dependents business object. I
Hmm.
said condition is, hey, the employee relationship is a spouse. Yes, it's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Then return what? What are we returning there? We did not say
Okay.
anything.
Return what means like whoever has, okay, you want to okay, return what means like basically we are extracting the field, like whoever, suppose in case if you're putting a dependence, okay, and we just want to extract the spouse information. Suppose
Mhm.
the spouse, okay, you want to return what, okay, 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 I got it. So this again, if you want your value to be reflecting it, you should ideally do it in that case. So I'll just go to the calculated field that we have created.
Mhm. I understand the condition, everything, but see, everything
Uh-huh.
is true. Spouse is true. From spouse, you want spouse relationship or like, spouse gender, what you want returning it. That's what I did not understand. Yeah, it just says, hey, this guy is, he has a spouse or no, yes or no. That's what it says. I don't know.
Yes, yes, exactly. Okay, so we haven't mentioned any value that we want, it to be returning it. Okay, whether this dependent is, see, try to understand the condition. The condition, what does the condition says? The relationship between the worker and the spouse is true or not. Okay, whether this dependent, we already have the dependent's name also. Okay, we just want the dependent, that this dependent is the spouse.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So
because
you
when,
just tell yes or no. That's all. True or
yeah,
false. What?
yes, yes. Okay, it's true or not. So you know the true or false condition, right? Ideally
I,
the condition is nothing but it's true or false. Okay,
I was
so
trying to say what it returns, right? Kind of return value. It's that's
I
what.
will tell you, maybe Ram. Okay, because the dependence information will always be there. Okay, so I'm just trying. Sita is the wife. Okay, and this again, you have to tell me some names, guys. Love is the probably, okay, male child or female child. Did we put two girl child? Okay, maybe something like Nita and Geeta. Okay, so these are the names that is already there. So okay, okay, so this is the child information is there. This is the child. But what is the condition that we have put? We have put the condition is the true or false. So here we will be checking it as true. Things are important. I have mentioned it, and I'll mention this chapter also, this document also in the file that we have created, so that it becomes easy for you to connect it whenever you guys are doing the practice. Okay, so I hope you create a field report today, custom report, because without creating a custom report you won't be able to do the calculated field, or you won't be able to practice the calculated fields. Okay, it looks quite simple, but when you try to do it you might find that you are getting somewhere getting stuck or something. Okay, all right guys, so I am almost done with the session today, and I will end it up here. And yeah, have a good night. In case if you have any doubts, just message me in WhatsApp tomorrow. Okay, we can connect sometime before also. in order to clear your doubts. Okay. All right, have a great day. Bye guys.
Okay.
Good night.